Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this interview. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Smallafro, aka Jared. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. You got the name, you got the
I
pronunciation
did it.
correct.
I did it. You know what was actually funny is I was in the car with my wife last night, and I said I'm going to be interviewing this guy. His name is Smallafro,
Oh yeah.
and she goes, "Don't you mean small afro?" And I was like, "What?"
She's smart. She's smart.
She is smart. How did you get your name?
So years ago, I want to say, so I used to have an old channel that's not active anymore. On there, I was just playing around with my friend. We were trying to like come up with nicknames for each other. He was gonna have like this gimmick where he wore a box on his head all the time. He was gonna be like Box Man or something. It was really stupid. But I was like, yeah, I'll be Small Afro. This is like when I actually had like a actual afro at the
Right.
time. So that just stuck. I ended up, transitioning into Small Afro Games. That's the channel that I have now. Moved into just Small Afro, but no, Small Afro. I can understand that pronunciation because it's one word. It's like a name, so sometimes it's hard to know
Yeah.
which words are being separated. When my name was Small Afro Games, that was even a bigger issue because Steven Larson, I don't know if you know them, going in
I've
Raw.
heard. Yeah.
They rated me once, and I went back to go watch it, and they called me Smallafrogamies. I was like, "What? Smallafrogamies? Let's raid this guy." So you kidding me?
What's
That's a crazy way to pronounce it, but hey,
It's not as bad as me.
no, Smallafro. I can understand that. I can
I think
understand.
I called you at one point. I called you Small Fro. I didn't see the A.
Okay,
I don't
people have
know.
done that.
I don't know what is wrong with your name.
That's hey, listen. That's okay. It's not. It's a name nobody's seen before. It's a nickname nobody's seen.
It's
You know
awesome.
what I mean? At least you know how to spell my actual name. A lot of people be spelling my name with three R's or a D or an O-N or an A-N. I appreciate that you at least know how it's spelled.
People have misspelled my name, Daniel.
Really?
EIL is what I got once, and I was like,
Uh,
whatever.
I
Anyways,
before E, brother. I before E.
regardless, let's talk about WWE. Let's talk about wrestling.
Okay.
I want to start at the beginning of your YouTube journey. Why did you start making WWE 2K content?
So I first started making 2K content with my Universe Mode series, Monday Night Walker. That was the first 2K thing I've ever done on my channel. I was mixing it up with like other stuff. I would just do like random arcade games like online, like Happy Wheel, stuff like that. But I just really enjoyed because wrestling's always been my passion. I mean, I've been watching wrestling since I was 7 years old. And I never really incorporated that into my videos because I never even thought about it. But those, plus I was streaming Raw at the time, like doing like reactions to Raw and stuff. That just made everybody that followed me a wrestling fan for real. So I was like, okay, let me just do more wrestling stuff. And it stuck. And it ended up working out. So.
Right. Like I go back in your YouTube history, you've posted 1,300 videos.
Might even be more than that because there's a lot that I had to go back and private before. That's crazy. That's a
Crazy.
lot. That's a lot.
Crazy. Do you do YouTube? I think it's safe to say that you don't do YouTube for the views. You just do it because you love it.
Well, this is my job, you know what I
Right.
mean? I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I genuinely, there's not been one day where I've sat here and not like been looking forward to doing YouTube, you know what I mean? So it's both, you know what I'm saying? You boys got to make some funds, you know what I mean? But I also do this because I love it. I
Right.
wouldn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. No, it's so cool to see kind of how your content has evolved over the years. Like you said the Monday Night Walker
Mm.
series, and then you'll do the simulations of the at the time pay-per-views.
Oh yeah.
And what is Monday Night Walker? I wanted to ask that.
So it originally was on my main channel. I made it its own channel. It's my Universe Mode series. I pretty much make like my own wrestling program. Like I book the stories, I book the matches, I don't like rig the outcomes. I let the AI play it. So it's all like computer versus computer, and whatever happens, but I just book the stories going into it. I've been doing it since 2015. I took a little break between 2K17 and 20, but yeah, we've been doing it again for about 4 years now. So yeah, that's my secondary channel
Right.
is Monday Night Walker. 9 less episodes than AEW Dynamite.
I saw that tweet.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe AEW is gonna die in about 9 episodes.
Well, I hope not. I
I
hope
hope
not
not.
because
I hope not.
that's I legitimately like them. It's
Yeah,
just
of course.
it hasn't been the same lately, not too much.
Yeah, you know, we want it to go to go too
No,
far.
that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
But we will get into what initially got you into wrestling.
My sister. So my sister introduced me. A lot of kids that I was going to school with were always talking about like Cena and Triple H and Randy Orton and stuff like that. This is back when I was in second grade. But my sister was a wrestling fan herself. I don't even know how she got into it, but she turned on an episode of SmackDown one day, and I just started watching with her every week. And I don't know what happened to make her fall out of love with it, and me just never, never stopping. But I would not be sitting in this chair right now if my sister did not turn on an episode of SmackDown 17 years ago. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was because of her. Honestly, I don't think I would have been watching if it wasn't for that moment. For real.
Do you remember what happened in that episode?
I do. So it was. I actually could. I could go back and watch the episode. It was like a November 2007 episode. All I remember is Batista in the ring and Undertaker's music hitting. His picture was on screen or something. Batista was like, "Come on!" And then we fade to black. That's the only thing I remember from the episode. But I just thought all the characters with like Undertaker's presence being the coolest thing ever. Batista being the most badass thing I've seen in a minute. Stuff like that got me hooked for real. But yeah.
It is very weird. Like my wife, she really just started watching wrestling about a year ago, just very casually. Been to a couple events with me, and she knows Batista as the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, of course,
right?
Of course.
I initially started with, right? We all started with that, so it's interesting to see. Oh, he's a wrestler, and I'm like, yeah.
No, for real. So every time, yeah, man, it's weird just with the era that we're living in now, because I feel like there's not a lot of, besides maybe Roman, there's not a lot of mainstream stars that are like full time in WWE. You know what I mean? Like even back in the day, like The Rock and Cena were like household names. Like everybody know who they were, even if they were in the movies or not. We don't have that too much right now. So everybody's wrestlers, they're movie stars now to most people. You know what I mean? I remember I tried showing a girl wrestling, and I started at like November 2019, and then the pandemic happened. And it was the worst period I could have ever tried to introduce somebody into wrestling. So
yeah. No, it's gonna get good. I swear.
Of course, I was like, no, this is not what it is all the time. I promise.
It always is that. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Going back to your content, you recently posted your Money in the Bank vlog as well as a discussion video. Do you kind of plan on branching out to more of that style content as well as your 2K content?
So I would like to do just wrestling content in general, whatever that is. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a vlog, whether it's me talking about wrestling, whether it's, a collab with another VYBE guy, just anything for real. I'm not married to just doing 2K, but that is the thing I feel like most people are expecting. So I got to appease those people. But I would like to do other stuff. Like we've been doing little tournament brackets lately, trying to find out what the best theme song is, best finisher is, stuff like that. I'm really enjoying doing that type of content, the like longer videos. So it'll definitely be a mixture of both real life stuff and 2K for sure.
Yeah, because we're all very young. It kind of feels like in our YouTube journey, in a sense, where there's so much potential for other content, and I love seeing all of these guys just experiment with all these different styles. Conman recently, he posted a reaction compilation of his. And I asked him if he's going to be doing that more often, and he said, "Yeah, I might try." And that's like one of the main things that he does now. So,
nice.
I really want to see what you end up doing. I want to see what BDE does in the future, like all these guys, just to really evolve the content.
No, absolutely. It's cool when you find that thing, when you like try something different where people like and actually are watching it. Like the Reddit videos, I've been doing these Reddit videos every 2 weeks. People it's been like the most popular thing on my channel. Some people don't even care about 2K now. They just want to see the Reddit videos, which is insane. It's crazy. Sometimes you got to experiment and it works out.
I thought I actually was so surprised because I checked out your channel. I saw the Money in the Bank vlog and I was like, okay, that happened a couple days ago. And then 2 days later, it was a Reddit video. And I'm like, this guy didn't even let it breathe.
Oh, no, listen, I used to upload every day.
Wow.
I used to do, and that's why I got so many freaking videos on my channel, because I did one online mode video every single day. And then we're doing every other day now, so that way I can actually edit the videos.
Right.
But yeah, I have not, since I started doing every other day, we have not missed a single upload this year so far. So you're going to see another one tomorrow, and then 2 days after that, you know what I'm saying? The train never stops.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Speaking about your grind as you do, You sent an email to BDE in
Oh yeah.
2020. Did he ever reply to that email?
He did not. He told me, we talked about it
Oh,
before. He never even saw it, apparently, according to him. He was like, I wish I would have seen this thing. He was like, man, this is so wholesome. I would have probably responded to this if I saw it. You know what I mean?
right.
He might be giving lip service. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
But no. That man's it's a busy man right there.
Of
So
course.
I knew it was a shot in the dark, but hey, it worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It worked out all this time later. No love lost. No love lost.
Right. And
Hmm.
when did you eventually start doing content with him then?
Ooh, so I met him last year. We were at a 2K event. It was playing 2K23 early. I met him there. I pretty much all the VYBE guys started following me since then. And then it wasn't really until I moved to Ohio from New York where we started really doing stuff on camera consistently together. And that's kind of how I started doing VYBE stuff for real. Just good timing,
Right.
really good timing.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking about the VYBE guys a little bit more, how does it feel to be in a content group with just a bunch of your buddies?
It's so cool. I
Yeah.
mean, mind you, I have not known these guys for too long. I've known them going on 2 years now, but it's cool because these three guys have become three of my closest friends. You know what I mean? I used to, back in New York, all the friends that I have don't watch wrestling at all. They're not a fan. They don't know anything about it. So to now be in a group where it's about the thing that I love and we get to go to the thing that, I love and we get to talk about it together, it's been such a breath of fresh air for real. And I'm so grateful for it because I don't know. I mean, I was just doing everything by myself before. I'm still sort of getting used to doing stuff with other people, but it's been beautiful. I'm so grateful to be here for real.
Yeah, I think one of the things that people love the most is that you guys can just kind of be yourselves with your opinion. Like there's a
Right.
lot of kind of fear with some people that they don't want to fully give their wrestling opinion just in
Mm.
case they get attacked, right?
Right.
And so when you guys are just sitting around a table and you're like, that sucks, like people can be like, yeah, it does suck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to speak for all of us, but I
Sure.
feel like I can when I say, listen, everybody online, whatever opinion a comment will have or whatever somebody will say on Twitter, who cares?
Mhm.
I just don't care. Well, like if you want somebody like me to sit here and lie about how I feel, what's the point of doing content?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If you're going to click to see what I think, I mean, you're not going to like everything that I have to say. Maybe you don't agree with my opinion, but I mean, what the hell? If you're going to lash out because of that, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to even say about that. It's just kind of on you for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we pride ourselves on just being ourselves and being honest. Because I mean,
Yeah.
if that's not who we are, then what are we? We're fake. We're not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So going down that path, what is a wrestling hot take that you've had recently where you're like, I don't think I should post that?
That's a good question. There's a lot of just certain gimmicks that I'm not really with for real. Like I'm not a huge fan of the timeless Tony Storm gimmick. She's a great promo, but I'm just not really into the character as a whole. She's a great wrestler. You know what I mean? Just certain stuff like that. Like, first of all, I think this is a positive hot take. I think Nia Jax is fantastic. I've been fighting people left and right for the last few months about that. I think her run has been amazing. That spot with Lyra at King of the Ring
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite spots of the year. That shit was crazy. That was awesome. So stuff like that, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that certain
There you go.
people won't say, like Nia Jax praise. I'm gonna give Nia Jax all her praise for real.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were a little scared when she came back.
Sure, I get it.
And then it's like, oh, she's a monster. Oh, she's actually decent at wrestling. Oh, that looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
it hurt.
Oh yeah.
So definitely. Going back to Money in the Bank, you went to Money in the Bank. How was your time in Toronto?
Dude, Toronto was so beautiful. We stayed at an Airbnb right next to the arena for real. Our walk was about a minute and a half to the arena. Everybody in Toronto, just in that whole area, was so nice. Some people recognized us, took pictures with us. It was honestly, it was really heartwarming. I'm from a time, I'm still getting used to it. Like besides this year, I would never get recognized really at anything. You know what I mean? Every now and again, somebody would come up to me and be like, "Hey, Smallafro, let's take a picture." But now it's like happening like a lot, and the fact it's happening in other countries has been unbelievable. Everybody in Toronto was so cool, so nice, and the shows were amazing too. I mean, being there live for Money in the Bank, I'm sure was different from watching it at home, but I had a great time. The experience was fantastic.
You know what? I wanted to get into this. I don't know what people were watching, Money in the Bank was such a good PLE.
Dude, I mean, I get it. I understand if you think that, Drew wasting Money in the Bank was a waste of time, and we care about the Money in the Bank briefcase, we don't want to just see it go. I get it, but I think it was executed fantastically. I think it was great. John Cena was there, Punk showed up. You know what I mean? Like, I think the only thing I didn't like on that show was the main event. That was the only thing. I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But everything else, I thought everything else was fantastic.
Yeah, good take. That's fine. You talk about your fans showing up in Toronto. I'm from Toronto, and so I kind of think of Toronto the same thing, kind of a part of the US a little bit. So when they say it's an international show, I'm like, yeah, kind of.
I get it. Yeah, they do the USA national anthem in Scotiabank. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
I sang it. So when you kind of think to yourself back when you had 10,000 subscribers, and now you think to yourself now and what you're doing and these fans that are coming out, it must be absolutely surreal.
It is. It's a lot. I thought that, the more happened, the more I wouldn't be able to handle it, just because it's so overwhelming. But honestly, everybody's been so cool. I've received, obviously, you get every little bit of negativity now and again. That's just YouTube. You know what I mean? That's happened forever. But I've gotten such an overwhelming response of love, and I've been so appreciative just because everybody's been so cool. You know what I mean? Especially even since joining VYBE, obviously people don't like change. You know what I mean? People don't like when a new guy joins the cast. You know what I mean? So, but for the most part, it's been a lot of love, and that's a lot of the reason I've been able to handle it, because it's been very positive, and I'm very grateful to have the fan base that I do, because they've been nothing but cool, for real.
Right.
So.
If you could think back to yourself, just from way back, having these dreams to one day be something, what do you think? How do you think that the young Smallafro would look at you now?
Listen, I remember sitting on the bus, going to my old job, like looking at my analytics, being like, okay, if I wait out this time, then I'll get this amount of subscribers, because this is how much I'm getting every day, and then I'll get here, and then, but that was 10 years ago. Even at the start of this year, I was at, maybe like 30,000, which is a beautiful number. Not a lot of people even get there. You know what I mean? And I was content with that. I didn't really think about the heights that it could be able to go to. You know what I mean? I just thought, you know what? I'm going to be pushing through this. I'm going to make this much money throughout, my life. That's cool with me, man. But no, it really did work out in a way that I didn't expect it to. And if I could go back and look to see what I was doing now, I wouldn't even think, I would be like, is this the same person? I just didn't think it would go anywhere. I never thought I'd leave New York. I never thought that, I'd be in a group at all. You know what I mean? So it just, a lot of times to change for real.
When you think of your kind of plan for the future, is there anything else, like in terms of video wise, is there anything that you really want to achieve other than what you're doing now?
So, I'm training how to be a wrestler. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly how far I'd want to take that. I'm definitely going to learn how to wrestle. I'm on that. I just don't know exactly what I want to do with that. So I don't know if I'd transition into something like that. Maybe not. But just honestly, I really don't see myself stopping doing content for a while. I mean, I'm only 24 years old, about to be 25. I still had a lot of time on my hands to work out exactly where my life is going to go. And, maybe there's going to be opportunities that present itself in the future. You know what I mean? That my YouTube career will allow me to go to. I wouldn't mind, anything really. You know what I mean? Anything on camera. I love talking. I love being on camera. So if any of those opportunities present itself, I'm going to take it. But in terms of content, maybe I'll try to get away from doing 2K eventually. That's only if I kind of run out of stuff to do, which we're getting there. But for now, I'm enjoying where I am now. But whenever an opportunity does present itself, I'm definitely gonna take that for sure. But in terms of content, I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah, I think the funnest thing is seeing you guys in the ring and seeing like the different moves that you can perform. Sure. What's your favorite move to do?
So I actually just started doing an elbow drop off the middle rope. No, it's crazy. I've been practicing it on the crash pad. I'm excited to actually do it. You know what I mean? I kind of just went up there one day and I just jumped off. Like I don't know what struck me to do it. I'm still in the beginner stages of training. You know what I mean? Definitely got to get in there more and work on certain things. But that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one I'm most excited for. I don't know, just being in the air. Maybe, you never know. I'd like to do something maybe a little quicker, maybe a little snappier, but That's up there. That might be a SIG or something. That might be a signature. We'll see.
That's awesome. You know, I think this has been so much fun just to sit down with you, pick your brain a little bit, a little bit more laid back questions. I love looking at people's backgrounds and just looking at what they choose to, you know, present themselves as. Let's start on the left side there. When did you get all those belts? You got the NXT belt, you got the Universal.
So let me see. So a lot of these were gifts. I think the only one I bought myself was the NXT Championship. That title, NXT got me that title, so I'm not. I mean, I'm keeping it. Whatever. That one, I think was a Christmas gift from my mother, the Universal title, and of course, my baby right here, the Draft Wars title. Your boy winning the VYBE Draft Wars Championship yesterday in the Scramble. The reign has begun. That's going to sit there, you know, for most of the stuff that I do. I actually won that Slammy in a VYBE video as well. We did VYBE Jeopardy. I won that. Yeah, that's pretty much. And then up here, let me see. I actually don't even really show the camera up here.
Oh,
yeah, a lot of stuff my mom got me. A couple of, what do you even call those, plushies? What do we call the?
Yeah, plushies. Yeah.
And then that actually, the thing at the end, that's me. My mom crocheted a Jaren to put up there. So yeah, that's been a prized possession of mine since she made that.
There you go.
She actually don't like the way it came out. She wanted to make a new one, but I was like, no, it's not going to mean the same to me if you make a new one. Absolutely not.
And then what about your vinyls? I see, you know, you have everything from, you know, you got Kendrick, you have Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to change these out every now and again. I have a whole box down here just full of vinyl records. I'm still collecting more too as time goes on. I actually want to get more hooks to maybe cover this wall in the future. But you know, we change them out. I love music. You know what I mean? Music is another passion of mine. I listen to literally everything except country. But of course, you can't listen to country now. But yeah, there's just a lot of talent that I'm still discovering myself. There's a lot of discographies that I'm still trying to get into. Ariana Grande is being one of them. You know what I mean? Post Malone's being another one. I still haven't listened to his last few albums. But these ones specifically, I don't get an album unless it is one of my favorites. So we're collecting. We're collecting.
There you go. Yeah, man, this has been you know, so much fun. I'm gonna be very selfish with this last question.
Okay.
As I am sometimes. If you can give some advice to a smaller creator, maybe somebody watching, you know, but I consider myself a smaller creator. You know, what advice would you give to someone like me?
Well, first of all, being yourself is definitely the most important thing. I mean, I'm not going to give you the little spiel. Just believe in yourself, nah. But definitely be yourself on camera, because it'll come off when you're being genuine, you're being real. People relate to that. You know what I mean? People want to see somebody that they can, you know, count on to be honest. You know what I mean? Not everybody. People are going to be, you know, weird about it, but definitely be yourself. Also, uniquity. You know what I mean? Being unique, standing out from everybody else. If you blend in with other people, it's not gonna go nowhere. You know what I mean? Definitely try to experiment with new things. Not doing the same thing over and over again. I had to learn that. I was doing online mode every day, and you know, part of the reason why I am where I am now is just because I've been experimenting with new stuff. A lot of that will help. But yeah, look at the stuff in the community. See what people are doing, maybe take inspiration from that and kind of form it in your own idea. Just try to stand out as much as possible with thumbnails and titles, especially the most important thing. I've learned that from Brandon, for real. Just the length of the title, it shouldn't be longer than like 50 characters. You know, description's very important. Thumbnail is the most important thing. It's the first thing people are going to see. And as long as you are just yourself and you're unique, I think it'll take you places, for real. I think it really will. There
you go. This has been so much fun, man. I really appreciate you giving me this time.
I appreciate you, brother. It's been fun.
There you go. Maybe I'll take that, you know, title from you, right? The VYBE.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I might. Nah,
that's not happening, bro. This is going to stay on my shelf for the rest of the time.
I'll create a little shelf right here.
Oh, you're going to take my shelf now, huh? All right. All right. We're going to see it. This
has been fun. Thanks, man, for sitting down.
Appreciate you. Definitely.